Good morning, Tctc. I'm your host, Lily Ramos.
And I'm your host, Cassidy Weber. You might not know this, but Constitution Day is this Saturday. Citizens of the United States have celebrated Independence Day since the 1970s and in 2005. The nation began to celebrate Constitution Day or Citizenship Day.
In honor of September 17th, Tctc will be recognizing this day of honor tomorrow on the 16th. The Tctc Government Department will be holding a trivia contest, and the top 5 winners will receive a $5 gift card to the hotspot. Look for an email from Mrs. DeToro tomorrow morning with the link to participate. Now we have some general announcements. Lakeview, you guys have a pep rally tomorrow on September 16th, and we'll have an early dismissal at 1:40. But if, and only if, you provide a note to the dean's office beforehand and you have your own transportation to the school.
First, we are handing it over to Mr. Peturo for some general information about attendance.
Good morning. My name is Mr. Peturo, and this year I work as the attendance coordinator in the dean's office here at the TCTC. And I'm here to give you a few tips about attendance. So if you're going to be absent, please remember that your parent needs to call you off. And when you return to school, to bring a note. Make sure your name, first and last, and your parent's name, first and last, or guardian, is on the note. Also, remember, if you are absent excessively, you'll be putting yourself in jeopardy of not either A, getting credentials in your program, B, being truant and or habitually truant, which means that the courts have to be involved, or C, you'll also be removed from field trips and other activities here at TCTC. As far as tardies and early dismissals go, please remember to check into the dean's or attendance office. Make sure if you are going to be tardy that you have an excuse for being tardy, as unexcused tardies, when you accumulate 3, you will then begin to get your consequences. We want you to be here on time. Also, for early dismissals, please make sure you are checking into the dean's office if you are a driver with your note so that you can get your e-hall pass. If you are a parent pickup for early dismissal, please make sure that you report and have your e-hall pass. And when you go to leave, you have to check into the front office. The reason why I'm telling you all of these things is so that we can ensure that you walk and graduate at our commencement or completion ceremony here at TCTC. Last, I'd like to give a quick shout out to our drivers who have done a much better job of getting here at 7:35. There are a few stragglers. Please make sure you do your best to get here. Also, a few of you still need to fill out your final forms. Please get those done. And lastly, let's keep everyone safe, especially our sheriff's deputies, and make sure you're paying attention when you're leaving. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me at lunch or stop in the office. Thank you.
Thanks, Mr. Peturo. Next, we're going to feature Season 2 of Doing Time with Deputy Mike, our own podcast, which premieres tomorrow.
Wake up, Deputy Mike! It's time to record Doing Time! You're gonna be late!
Welcome back to Doing Time with Deputy Mike, Season 2.
What a way to welcome the new season. Now we hand it over to Mr. Allen as he's our teacher feature of the week.
Hello, I'm Mr. Allen, and I'm a government instructor here at TCTC. This is actually my first year teaching. Last year I student taught in the Akron City School District, but this is my first teaching job. I went to school at Kent State, studied there for the last 5 years. Well, I decided to be a teacher because outside of parenting, this is kind of the best way to influence the minds of the future generations, and specifically government. You know, no matter where you come from or who you are, you have to know our government. Everyone's a participant in it, whether you actively are or passively. Aside from developing their intellect, we're trying to put good people out into the world. You know, I plan on having children, and I know they're going to be growing up with these people, and they're going to be the future leaders of the world. And so we try our best to, nurture their mind and take care of the whole person and teach them to be virtuous in their daily lives. I try to make it as relevant as I can to them. In order to make it motivating, I try to make it as relevant to their lives. A lot of the times it's difficult, especially in the academic subjects, to see the relevance right away. So I try my best. I use stories and analogies, and I try to relate it to each and every one's individual circumstances. I'm really excited to be here. So far it's been an excellent year, and I'm just excited to teach government and influence the minds of the future generations.
To wrap up this week's episode, we're going to be sending you off with a wellness tip.
See you next time.